PSG's attacking patterns in this Champions League match followed one clear idea. First, they moved Liverpool's block. Then, they attacked the space that opened. From right half-space penetration to zone 14 cutbacks, each attack came through a different route, but the same principle. PSG were not just finding space, they were creating it. Now, let's break it down. Before looking at PSG's attacking patterns in this Champions League match, let's first look at Liverpool's defensive structure. Liverpool basically start in a 3-4-1-2 shape in the mid-third. In the defensive third, they often drop both wing-backs to form a back five, defending in a 5-3-2. At times, they even drop an extra midfielder into the last line, creating a 6-2-2. By doing that, they try to keep the line extremely compact and leave as little space as possible across the defensive line. PSG's first attacking pattern is about opening zone 14. By attacking the right half space first, then pulling the defense into the 6-yard box, they create the cutback space they want. While the two midfielders circulate the ball, the forward on the right prepares his run into the right half space. The midfielder then plays the pass into that movement. Using a combination with the high-positioned right fullback, the forward breaks through the defensive line and quickly penetrates into the right half space. Once PSG reach the deep area, both wingers and the fullback, 3 players in total, immediately attack the 6-yard box, pulling the defenders deep toward their own goal. Then, the trailing midfielder also makes a run into the right half space inside the box, drawing the last remaining defender even further inside. As a result, exactly as PSG intended, zone 14 is left completely free. The forward then cuts the ball back to the unmarked midfielder in that space, and the move ends in a very dangerous shot.
Timed brilliantly, the shot.
The key here is that PSG are not attacking the box randomly. First, they break into the right half space. Then, 3 players attack the 6-yard box to pull the defense deeper, while the trailing midfielder drags the last defender inside. That is what leaves zone 14 free for the cutback. PSG's next attacking pattern is about shifting the block twice. They first pull the defense to the left, then attack the gap that opens on the right half space. To pull the opposition block toward the left first, PSG circulate short passes between the players positioned on that side. Once the block shifts left as intended, the possessor then switches the ball to the right fullback, forcing the block to shift back across and opening a gap in the process. The right fullback attacks that gap and, through a combination with the right winger, breaks into the right half space inside the box. At the same time, the midfielder positioned near the center of the box makes a quick inside run, timing his movement to receive the cutback. In the end, the right fullback reaches the deep right half space and delivers a fast cutback, turning the move into a dangerous chance. The key here is that PSG do not attack the right side immediately. They first use short circulation on the left to pull the block across. Then, once the defense shifts again, the right fullback attacks the gap through combination play. That is what creates the deep half-space entry and the cutback chance. PSG's final attacking pattern is about pulling the block out first, then opening the left half-space. After moving the defense across twice, they create the lane they want and turn it into a goal. To pull the opposition block out from the low right side first, PSG recycle the ball backward through a sequence of short passes and make the block move. Once the block is drawn out as intended, they then work the ball across to the left with another short circulation, shifting the block again and opening a gap. At that moment, the left winger, who had been positioned more centrally, drops diagonally into the deeper left half-space channel to receive. After taking the pass from the midfielder, he looks to penetrate the left half-space through combination play. At the same time, the left fullback, who had been positioned ahead of the left half-space, makes a curved run further to the outside, pulling a defender away and opening the lane for the winger's penetration. Into that gap, the possessor plays a line-breaking pass, and the left winger breaks into the left half-space. Meanwhile, the right winger, who had been positioned near the middle of the box, attacks the 6-yard box and pulls 2 defenders inside. As a result, additional space opens up inside the box. In the end, the left winger uses that space to drive into a deeper area, and the move is completed with a goal.
And scores!
The key here is that PSG do not attack the left half space immediately. They first draw the block out from the right side, then shift it across again to open a gap. From there, the left fullback's curved run pulls the defender away, and the line-breaking pass sends the winger through. Then the right winger attacks the 6-yard box to drag 2 defenders inside, which opens the space for the finish. So in the end, PSG's attacking threat was not just about individual actions. It came from how they manipulated Liverpool's compact block before attacking. First, they consistently moved the block with short circulation, forcing Liverpool to shift and creating gaps on the far side. Second, they used coordinated movements to open the next action, from curved runs to combination play. Each movement was designed to create a clear lane. And finally, they controlled the box with purpose. Whether through 6-yard box runs or delayed arrivals, they created the exact space needed for the final action. That was the essence of PSG's attacking patterns. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.